Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
ISUPK presents the 55th Annual Passover Corsage. Order now. Only $10. The red corsages are for the married sisters only. The white corsages, sisters must complete 6 months in the school. Contact your camp leader now. Order now. Only $10. You must complete the payment. Pre-order your corsages now. Also, the 55th sister to pre-order will win one of these amazing handcrafted leather accessories for your wrist. Click the link in the description below to pre-order your corsages now.
Shalom, Israel. The ISUPK is hosting the Lord's 55th Annual Passover with an all-access pass to the lamb slaughter, all-black party, scripture breakdown class, kids party, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com, starting with April 17th events with the lamb slaughter at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in North Carolina. Make sure that you get involved. Make sure that you're in the house at 1921 Strickland Road, Clayton, North Carolina. Followed up on April 18th, Thursday, the all-black party. ISUPK concert series in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year we tore it down, and this year it's gonna be a whole movie. Then Friday we have the kids party with a petting zoo. On top of that, it's going to be held at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park with virtual reality included. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com. April 19th in the evening, General Mahaiman's Scripture Breakdown class. You already know we got the heavy hitter in the building, and it's going to be at the South Square Event Center. Make sure that you're in the house starting at 7 p.m. in Durham, North Carolina. Then, April 20th, the moment you've been waiting for, the Lord's 55th annual Passover. Make sure that everybody's in the house, and it's being held at the last Black National Fairgrounds in Pittsboro, North Carolina, starting at 6 p.m. Also housing an actual slave quarters, which you will be able to go and take pictures and video footage in front of it. That's 191 Fairgrounds Road, Pittsboro, North Carolina, April 20th, starting at 6 p.m. with doors open at 4 p.m. for a brunch. Make sure you're in the house on time. Then April 21st, Sunday, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread at the Haiti Heritage Center, 804 Old Fayetteville Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make sure that you are in the house. If you have not booked your hotel room, there are still a few rooms available at the Millennium Hotel. Check the number. Make sure that you call. Rooms are only available while they last. The Lord's 55th Annual Passover, hosted by the ISUPK.
ISUPK presents the 55th Annual Passover Courtside. Order now. Only $10. The red corsages are for the married sisters only. The white corsages, sisters must complete 6 months in the school. Contact your camp leader now. Order now. Only $10. You must complete the payment. Pre-order your corsages now. Also, the 55th sister to pre-order will win one of these amazing handcrafted leather accessories for your wrist. Click the link in the description below to pre-order your corsages now.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
ISUPK presents the 55th Annual Passover Courtside. Order now. Only $10. The red corsages are for the married sisters only. The white corsages, sisters must complete 6 months in the school. Contact your camp leader now. Order now. Only $10. You must complete the payment. Pre-order your corsages now. Also, the 55th sister to pre-order will win one of these amazing handcrafted leather accessories for your wrist. Click the link in the description below to pre-order your corsages now.
Shalom, Israel. The ISUPK is hosting the Lord's 55th annual Passover with an all-access pass to the lamb slaughter, all-black party, scripture breakdown class, kids party, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com, starting with April 17th events with the lamb slaughter at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in North Carolina. Make sure that you get involved. Make sure that you're in the house at 1921 Strickland Road, Clayton, North Carolina. Followed up on April 18th, Thursday, the all-black party. ISUPK concert series in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year we tore it down, and this year it's gonna be a whole movie. Then Friday, we have the kids party with a petting zoo. On top of that, it's going to be held at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park with virtual reality included. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com. April 19th in the evening, General Mahaiman's scripture breakdown class. You already know we got the heavy hitter in the building, and it's going to be at the South Square Event Center. Make sure that you're in the house starting at 7 p.m. in Durham, North Carolina. Then, April 20th, the moment you've been waiting for, the Lord's 55th annual Passover. Make sure that everybody's in the house, and it's being held at the last Black National Fairgrounds in Pittsboro, North Carolina, starting at 6 p.m. Also housing an actual slave quarters, which you will be able to go and take pictures and video footage in front of it. That's 191 Fairgrounds Road, Pittsboro, North Carolina, April 20th, starting at 6 p.m. with doors open at 4 p.m. for a brunch. Make sure you're in the house on time. Then April 21st, Sunday, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread at the Haiti Heritage Center, 804 Old Fayetteville Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make sure that you are in the house. If you have not booked your hotel room, there are still a few rooms available at the Millennium Hotel. Check the number. Make sure that you call. Rooms are only available while they last. The Lord's 55th annual Passover, hosted by the ISUPK.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
For the sisters who watching. Once again, we're back Saturday night, holding it down for Command Johnny Hanna, hardest working man in Israel. Give him a hand.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Getting that Passover already. Passover seems to just not be waiting, boy. Passover coming like Christmas now. It's just going and back again, man. It's back again. Yeah, man. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, man. If you ain't ready for it, you ain't ready for it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're back again. It's right around the corner. Where we at now? About 6 weeks, 5 weeks?
About that. Pressure.
That time rolling quick.
Say again?
I said that time rolling quick.
Yeah, it ain't waiting. It ain't waiting. It can't afford to wait. It can't afford to wait right now. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, it's over and done with. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely over and done with in terms of, this whole length of weight of just waiting or not waiting, but the amount of time that you might have normally had.
Right.
Yeah, it's not that again.
Yeah.
It's definitely not that again. You know what I mean? It's definitely not that again. It's right there around the corner. Yeah, I mean, hope you have your plane ticket, your bus ticket, your train ticket. Hope you have everything because in a few weeks, it's going. That's all it's going to be.
Right.
Man. Let me see. So tonight we have some all right stories, man. We have some good stories tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know which way you feel to go.
So like yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Pre.
Yeah, that one, the shelter, I kind of real. You know how they treated me, as you say, brothers and sisters. That one strike home. Looking at, it's like nah, and it's something that should really be highlighted and is a reminder to our people. Don't think that America is your home now, because now you come across there, as you say, you're looking to see, well, hey, the best opportunity you can get, but now their opportunity is like, showing that they don't really care about you. So, yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, they no sympathy for the 12 tribes. The Ukrainians though,
Right.
You know what I mean? The Ukrainians and the Afghans and them,
Mm.
they're getting everything they need.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again,
They're getting
everything.
everything they need. Go ahead, Cap.
No, I just you know what I mean, reiterate what you're saying. They gain everything. They gain the media, they gain publicity, they gain everything. Everybody,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, basically know what's happening in Israel and with
Mm.
yeah,
Palestine. And it's like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, we address the distraction when it comes to politics. You know what I mean? When they're trying to fight the politics, but they would never use the Ukraine war or the
mm-hmm,
Palestinian war for the politics.
mm-hmm.
But when it comes to
Nah,
blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we the fall guys. We the
Mm.
one that rally, you know what I mean, rally against. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Like they feed off of us, at all times.
Yeah,
They either feed off of us, or trade us, for when they're frustrated, just to get their frustration out.
yeah,
We get the bad and
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, man. Got Officer Kazaka Imad on the inside. You have to shop there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
just
just,
back thumb.
uh,
Get that.
Man. And then, yeah, so yeah, we could definitely start with that one. We could definitely start with that one. Of course, the headline story is insane.
mhm.
And then
Yeah.
I also want to touch on that one with France.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? With the international whole day. I mean, it's like a Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the international day of whole man,
Yeah.
because at this point, that's really what it is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's rock with that one day. I think that's number 3.
Come.
Let's rock with
Okay.
that one. Let's rock with that one to start.
Kawaka. Migrants report shelter staff limits hygiene products and say they fear retaliation for speaking out. Migrants living in the city shelters say that staff is limiting the number of hygiene products they receive to use in the bathroom and retaliating against them for accepting donations, according to interviews with migrants and volunteers who advocate for them. The reports of rationing hygiene products come after the Tribune last week reported that a shortage of essential supplies in the city shelters forced some parents to reuse dirty diapers on their babies.
Mhm.
Oh
On
man.
Sunday, volunteers distributing boxes of diapers at a city shelter on the Lower West Side said migrants told them they were being retaliated against because they are accepting donated supplies amid the shortages. There's concern that when they talk to us or they take our supplies, they get in trouble, said Southwest Collective founder Jamie Groff Searle. Migrants outside the shelter on the Lower West Side said they'd been penalized over the past few weeks for trying to bring in outside donations to the shelter. Women reported that shelter staff would only give them one sanitary pad a day while they're on their period, and that
What?
they're forced to ask for toilet paper before using the bathroom. They said they feel threatened by staff and scared to ask for supplies.
Mhm.
You have to go up and ask for a pad, and they give you one and then make a note of where you're sleeping so you can't ask for more, said a woman staying at the shelter who didn't want to give her name for fear of being kicked out.
So
Brother,
like
they running that shit like a prisoner.
yeah. And to Salakika, they
Good.
dogs go get better treatment than these immigrants.
Yeah,
Dogs.
yeah, yeah. Listen, there's a part, Kazak, there's a part you read, right? Where it says
Kawaka.
the gang retaliate, like the people retaliating against the brothers and sisters for accepting donated items.
Kawaka.
Read that part again if you don't mind.
Kawaka, sir. On Sunday, volunteers distributing boxes of diapers at a city shelter on the Lower West Side said migrants told them they were being retaliated against because they are accepting donated supplies amid the shortages.
Okay, so okay, damn, help me understand that, because what I'm thinking, I don't want to believe that's what it say. So are they saying that the people who's supposed to be distributing stuff is not giving them items because other people donate to them?
Pretty much. So, like, sir, if I may, just to confirm, and you said exactly what I was getting ready to say. This is prison. As a brother who worked in the prison and seen how they operate, this is exactly what is done in the prison. I remember, I told you this story too, Cap, a while back. I remember one time a brother came, he was indigent. I think I might be saying it wrong. Or indigent, meaning he didn't have anything. And so the state by law is required to provide certain necessities for brothers who just don't have any support, no family, no money or anything. Their human rights call for them to still receive the basic necessities as a human. And I remember this brother came to ask for tissue because he ran out of tissue. And the African CEO, I went there, grab one of the rolls and give him a roll. And the African CEO, he's like, hey, no, give that here. You're doing it wrong. Let me show you. And he took the roll and pulled out the middle, and the way he did it is like he broke it the one roll down into 4, and he gave the brother a 1/4 of the whole roll. He's like, get that to him. He's like, he don't need all that, man. He don't need all that. And I'm just like, bruh, it's tissue. I was like, are you serious? Like, get this man a roll of tissue, and I think in that moment it really helped me to understand, like, this is hell. Like Commander Junior Hanna always said, like, we in hell, but them brothers behind bars are in hell. And to hear these conditions and these shelters, shame on America. Like, because Captain Nythak said, you treat pit bulls better than you treat our Hispanic brothers and sisters. This is a prison.
Right.
Like, that's that's insane. Like, that is an insane thing. So in other words, okay, and this really ain't new. I remember when the whole border thing started with, when we just found out about the kids and kids in cages and stuff.
Okay.
I think Yatazak and them went down to one of the detention centers. I think Captain Ash sent them down to one of the detention centers. This was early in the game. And they went down there with supplies already. The diapers, the feminine sanitary pads, soap, toothpaste, blankets, small toys for the kids. And the detention center said they cannot accept it. If anything, they could just leave it there and they'll make sure, but they can't, the men from the school can't go give it to them. So yeah, I remember, I think Zach was asking them why they can't do it, and it gets so bad that they ask them to leave. They ask them to leave, and come to find out, I think it was a part of the federal package with those detention centers that nobody could come and drop shit for them. Is whatever the government decide to give them, this is beyond me. It makes zero sense at all.
Right.
To what, how they treat people. And all I could say is I wish, Sitting Bull and Red Cloud had done the same.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I really wish they had done the same and not shown any sort of hospitality to this oppressor, because America is fat with excess. It's full of excess, full of, you know what I mean, like this, that ain't hurting nobody.
Right.
Them extra supplies is not hurting nobody, is not taken away from anybody at all. Not in the
Right.
least. It's not like, you know, some people would go without if it is this woman get, you know, five of them sanitary pads a day or something. That ain't gonna happen. You
Concert.
gotta reuse a diaper. You know what kind of infection a baby gonna get with that shit? And the diapers now ain't the hard nappies that, you know, your parents grew up with. You know, your parents grew up with them hard nappies where you could wash it as like cloth.
Right.
Right.
That you use the safety pin and pin it on the side. Most people don't even know about that no more. You only see that in the damn Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Right.
But these damn diapers is the plastic with the little kind of sponge to soak the thing up, the cloth sponge. How are you washing that and reusing that? And the oppression on Israel, like if a brother or sister is not compassionate enough, now you start to look at the child like you peeing too much.
Con.
Because the resources is so little, now we start to turn on each other.
Right.
And the child is now that's ridiculous, man. That's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing to our brothers and sisters there, man. That's wild.
Yeah.
Is there any more on that?
Yeah, Con, sir.
Yeah, man, like that's crazy. And like as you saying, because them heathens in that prison, he would give you that damn toilet paper by squares and not by the roll.
Con, sir. Right.
So they're getting discriminated against because they're getting support in the shelter.
Right. Con. It says a spokeswoman for the city denied that shelter staff was rationing essential supplies such as feminine hygiene products, diapers, milk, and baby formula. Sometimes staff may provide these items to ensure fair distribution of what is currently on hand, but staff will not deny essential items that we keep in stock, said Mary May, spokeswoman for the city's Office of Emergency Management and Communications. May also denied that migrants were being retaliated against. It says the city's 23 shelters, housing just under 12,000 people of over 36,300 migrants who have come to Chicago since August 2022, mostly on buses from Texas, are managed by the Kansas-based firm Favorite Healthcare Staffing, which has contributed to daily migrant costs of $1.5 million each day. In late January, Mayor Brandon Johnson upped the city's latest contract to Favorite Staffing by $30 million on top of $97 million already funneled to the vendor.
And like that money ain't going in supplies to the people. That money going into renting the building, paying staff, overtime, all kind of nonsense instead of just fully going to the people.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is why all that money needs to come to the ISUPK and the Command Junior Hannah, man.
That's right.
That need to come into the school because that's wild what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild what they're doing. And this is kind of almost at the height of the winter where it's real cold in them cities right now. Chicago, New York. You know, we're coming out of February. February, everybody knows is the coldest part of winter. Like that's, you know, it's down in the worst part of the winter. And Like, that's mad. That is absolutely mad.
Yeah.
And they would never treat the Ukrainians like this now.
Nah.
You'll never hear a story about
Yeah.
them Ukrainians getting treated like this. Instead,
No.
you might hear them saying, don't put me next to these Hispanics or these Negroes. You know what I mean? They will
Right.
complain about us being around. You understand?
Yeah.
Like
But
we
you're right.
gotta really wake up and realize the same way they're treating the Hispanic is the same way they've been treating us here, right here in America. Look how they're
Right.
treating the Native Indians. This is Native Indians' land, and they're living on reservations. You understand? With them ABC stores or them liquor stores.
Yeah.
You know that it's destroying them, but it's there. You know what I mean? Like they you know what I mean? They you know what I mean? America doesn't care about the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand?
Right.
They and you could clearly see they and the small hats. Oh, they in bed. They lovers. You understand? And you know what I mean, you the problem as the I don't know if you remember that meeting with that small hat woman, and to say young black people are the problem. You
Concert.
understand? But you know what I mean? Like we the problem, and they're trying to frustrate us to the point whereas we become criminals, and we're gonna have to, you know what I mean, come together so that does not happen. You know what I mean? We gotta, you know what I mean, go on, you know what I mean, some way or the other help, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters. We gotta band together as the Lord saying, or else the frustration, we're gonna take it out on each other. You know what I mean? Thank
Yes,
the
sir.
Lord for Commander Jerry and Hannah, where
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be frustrated. You could pick the phone up and call a brother
Mm.
over your city. You
Yeah.
understand? But these people can't. And they are trying to make criminals. They're trying for these people to do what? If they don't have pampers, what the hell you going to do? You think a man want to see his son or his daughter with rash on the private?
You're right.
Oh, he's going to, he might do something we may not approve of. You understand?
Yeah.
And America knows it.
Right.
I mean, they know it. They give you just that amount, just that bit, just to hold it, just to keep you coming back for more. You understand? And before you know it, you're being trained.
Right.
So, okay, you.
So, like Cap, what you saying is so heavy. And Kawasaki mentioned it earlier. This is typical crabs in the barrel psychology. And a lot of times we always talk about how our people, you know, we always want to pull each other down, crabs in the barrel. But nobody ever talks about why are the crabs in the barrel. And this is the perfect case of this. This was an experiment done in the 1950s on mice, on how this white scientist intentionally limited resources. And he's seen how the mice turned on each other. They started to literally consume each other and turn on each other because of the shortage of resources. And so Esau, he understands this concept very well. But this is very this isn't coincidental. This isn't, you know, just by happenstance. This is on purpose. Like you just sent all this money to Ukraine. Zelensky came over here and begged twice. And they sent all that money to the Ukraine, but you can't give a baby a fresh diaper. This is on purpose, and it's meant for the Hispanics to start to turn on each other and start to hate each other. And it's already working with us so-called black people. You didn't fail for the programming and thinking that Hispanics are coming here and taking anything from us when we don't have anything for them to take. They're not taking anything from us. And the things that you think that they're coming to take from us, the oppressor has already taken from us. Okay. So like it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see how our Hispanic brothers and sisters are being treated when I've never known a Hispanic to come over here and not work hard. You know, to not come over here and make America better, make America great. Trump talk all that smack about Hispanics, And Mar-a-Lago, before the presidential election, was filled with Hispanics. Mar-a-Lago was filled with Hispanic workers, landscapers, the whole nine. So it's man, the Lord is not gonna forget about this. It's a lot.
Right. Yeah. So like if I may say,
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
and you know, I always say, I always like to this is a reminder as well, and again to Wada, again to Commander General there, and again the men above come down in that order, and you know, as you know, I look at this now, and you know, seeing the breakdown that Commander General and I did on the peace of Purim, and you know the brother crying out because now we're seeing that the road that they are preparing, or America is preparing, is a road of destruction for the people. And you know, the priests and prophets is alive and well. And this is why now we continue to cry on every platform. And that cry, as we say, cry aloud. And there are people know, hey, as we say, time to get up, time to get out. Because now, look at the condition that we face daily.
Yeah.
Right.
Daily. This is not daily we face these conditions. And again, the Most High God always, had again a remnant or righteous men on the ground, black men, to bring this out. And when I say black, I talk about the whole 12 tribes. And you would find these 12 tribes in the ISUPK under Commander General. And I have no separation in here. Because now this is our brothers. And we care for them. And as we say, with all the clothing drive and the food drive that has been done in previous times, even up to now. It shows that the compassion or where, true brotherhood or true sisterhood lies. And again, seeing this, and when I read this, it's like, nah, this can't be, this is not America. This is not the place where everybody say, or black people say, let me go to find a place, a restitute, or a place where, we can build. This is a place where really a destruction. And this is why, again, it fitted for destruction. And this is why, again, it must end. It must end. So that
Yeah, like you put it right there in words where you wouldn't believe this is going on in this place where everybody, have their dreams pinned on. Yeah, man. A place that have the dreams pinned on. Like, imagine one pad for the day.
Oh boy.
Brother, and how to wash a diaper out in the cold, dog. Yeah, this oppressor, he got to pay. He definitely got to pay. He definitely got to pay. If I could get in Deuteronomy, that's unbelievable at this point. And then in the article, it said early on, and they mention it a lot. It says retaliation for accepting donations. So it's damn near like to get more from them, they had to refuse donations from us. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm trying to even rationalize the thing to say, well, because they ain't getting, or let's say we give donations, the shelter have a certain amount it has to give out, and it's not giving it out, so they get less money. Like, I'm trying to see how this shit even makes sense. I'm really trying to figure out how this thing, you know what I mean? That's mad. That's mad. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 50. Like, I can't explain that in words. You can start at 49.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far and from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. This is a nation who, we don't understand them in their speech and the way how they think. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Can. a nation of fierce countenance.
A nation of fierce countenance who would put forth, a hard front, a hard face towards a people who need absolute compassion. You know what I mean? Absolute compassion. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, neither shew favor to the young.
Right, exactly. And this oppressor, he ain't regarding the old or the young. He don't give a damn. You know what I mean? He don't give a damn, and that's why he's the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? And there's some of our people who are devils too. There's some of our people who subscribe to the devil, like what Christ said, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Like that coon in the comments called Tay Douglas. Tay Douglas said, just because you want to F some Spaniard, Caucasian mix, whatever. The problem with Tay Douglas is Tay Douglas doesn't love anybody except the white man.
That's right.
Like he would act like he'll go hard against the Hispanic tribes because he loved black people so much, and he loves nobody except the white man. He's an absolute Sambo zip coon type of Negro that can't help do nothing. Can't help do a goddamn thing. Right? And then to uptown, downtown, whatever, Venezuelans doing drive-by scooter robberies in New York. How you know the Venezuelans? If they're doing drive-by, you're stopping them and asking them for their ID? How you know it's not Ukrainians? How you know it's not Afghans doing drive-bys? Huh? How do you know it's Venezuelans doing it if they're driving by? Are you stopping them, asking them where they're from? And furthermore, last I checked, Meyer Lansky and Al Capone and all of them was doing drive-by shootings in Chicago, and the American government gave them the unions. So it seemed like crime pays. I ain't hear you saying nothing about the Italians. I ain't hear you saying nothing about the Irish and them who was shooting up the place back in the 70s, 60s, and the 70s. I ain't hearing you saying nothing about that. But anytime it comes to the 12 tribes, everybody have all the articles and news clips and this and that. But when the Ukrainians and the Afghans and them doing things, nobody ain't saying nothing. A month ago, hold on, let me pull it up. Y'all think I just be talking shit? A month ago, they bust this Chinese triad in DC doing scams on the damn Target money cards in Target, brother. Hold on. Because I see we could pull up the story with how much money they was gonna make.
And just to add to Cap, and that's a problem with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like we when it comes to black people, somehow there's a guide to morality and to, you know what I mean, how to put it. Like they try to keep us, you know what I mean, within the guideline. But when it comes to other tribes, I shouldn't say other tribe, but other nations, somehow they lost the guidelines to them.
Right.
Somehow they just lose it. But when it comes to us, like they expect us to live in squalor, to be sufferers, to be paupers, you know what I mean, to be, you know what I mean, hungry, starving, and not try to do something about it.
Right. That's even if it's true, Cap. That's even if it's true that these is Venezuelans on the scooters are.
Yeah. I'm not even
true.
I'm not even worried about the whatever he talking about as you're saying. You right on it. But I go taking it back to the Irish and them and to them oppressors who basically they left the legal way of living, and the government gave them a pathway to live.
Right.
You understand? The Irish got what? The in New York. The I think it's the firemen. Those are firemen.
And part of the police department.
Yes. You understand? Like they for sure try to look out for each other, knowing that that a man is going to turn to a different, to a lifestyle that he does not want to turn to if he has to survive. You understand? And don't get me wrong, I'm not glorifying criminals. I'm not doing it. But I understand what America is doing to black people. I understand the system that they have us in. And we are thinking that we like we in control. We not in control and nothing. You understand? You as Kazak say, you are a mice in a maze right now. And you are every day they run an experiment and you don't know. You have a clue that they're doing it.
Yeah. Yep. Kazaki found the article.
Kawakan, sir.
Please go ahead.
Kawakan. And it's crazy too. I just want to say, Cap, I could not find this on any American platform. I had to go to the Asia Times to report this. Like, they definitely try to keep this under wraps.
Of course. Why wouldn't they? They protect their own. But you'd have some zip coon like Tay Douglas who would just, totally disrespect a whole nation. The tables is changing, Tay. Don't worry. Soon you're going to be asking for some help.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says Chinese gang nailed in huge Walmart gift cards scam.
Hold on.
Walmart,
what?
Chinese gang.
A whole gang of them. The whole triad.
Right.
The whole Chinese triad. The dragon triad.
Ricky Tannen.
You know them old school, so they roll up the sleeve and the whole dragon going around the arm. That's them. That's them, Mark. Go ahead.
Kawakan. Walmart resisted taking responsibility for lax security as scammers duped customers out of more than $1 billion.
Say it again, how much?
$1 billion.
But some listen, man. Some idiots want to talk about Venezuelans on a moped as if how he know it's not these Chinese triads.
Right.
You idiot.
Right.
These Chinese gangs was coming through on the border trying to disguise like if they was Israel.
Right.
And they're running scams in all the Targets, all the Walmarts, up and down the East Coast. They're somehow getting into the barcode, and when you buy it, either they're taking the money before, or like if you load the thing onto something that connected to your phone, they're somehow wiping out your accounts. And they say they was taking all together, they're charging them with $1 billion worth of theft. This is just one. I got faces, Zach. I got faces. Keep going, Zach, if there's more.
Kawakan. It says Christy Brown was in a panic. The man on the phone said he was from the FBI. He warned her that drug traffickers had obtained her social security number and were using it to launder money. He said the FBI needed money to catch them.
Listen, it's Nick son.
Ning.
I don't know if he tried to disguise his name like nigga son. Son nigga. Ning son, brother. Go ahead.
Kawakan, sir. They told me not to go to local law enforcement. Brown testified in court recently about the February 2020 call. The police were watching her and considered her a suspect, the man said. At his direction, Brown, a retired elementary school teacher who lives in upstate New York, bought 4 $500 Walmart gift cards at her local Walmart. It was 3:15 p.m. She took photos of the serial numbers and pins on the back and texted them to the man on the phone. With that information, the fraudster had access to $2,000.
No,
that's
one scam.
Right.
That's one scam. There's another scam, brother, where they're not even pretending to be the FBI. There's
Right.
another scam where they somehow getting hold of the those gift cards from Target. You got to look up that one. They bust them in DC. There is about 6 of them they arrest in DC.
It
Look
go
at this
into
one here. Say again.
It go into it right here. So they got a whole network of how they did it, how it got to DC.
Oh, brother, that's the one I need. Look at this one. Song Hoa. He holding in the song. Song Hoa Liu, 23. Theft by deception.
Right.
Facing federal prosecution. Bond set at 50K. But you telling
Right.
me about some Hispanic on a moped, you Uncle Tom stepping fetching nigger.
Right.
You old Sambo zip coon sellout.
Right.
That you don't even know if it's Venezuelans. You don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
But you listen to the news and the 6 o'clock news and this news and that news. Did you see this on the news, nigga?
Right.
Keep going, please. Let me show some more pictures of these old triad skunk.
Right. It says, with that information, the fraudster had access to $2,000. That was only the first step. The gift card numbers were then sold to Quinn Ben Chin.
Oh, what's his name?
Quinn Ben Chin.
Quinn Ben Chin, boy. Damn.
A Chinese national living in Virginia. At 5:47 p.m., Chin passed the numbers to a co-conspirator waiting near a Walmart in Sterling, Virginia. Just 8 minutes later, at 5:55, the accomplice did something that an ordinary consumer would rarely do, but which is routine for fraudsters. Use one gift card to buy another. With the numbers from Brown's Walmart cards, he purchased Apple, Google Play, and other gift cards at the store's self-checkout kiosk. He sent the serial numbers and pins for those cards to Chin, who then sold them to a buyer in China. Transferring the money to other companies' gift cards for use in another country made it impossible for Walmart to figure out where the funds ended up. Brown had no way to recover her $2,000.
No, come on. Now, come on. Now, but you want to talk about the tribes. Ain't nobody talking about these Chinese scamming as much as $1 billion in gift cards.
Right. And two, Cap, just for people that may not know, all this talk about securing the border and illegal immigration, anybody that thinks Hispanics are the problem for the illegal immigration, you're ignorant and you're you've been programmed and brainwashed. The largest demographic of illegal immigrants are the Asian demographic.
Right.
Of course, it's referring to the Asians, the different countries within the continent. But the Asian demographic is the largest demographic that makes up illegal immigration. So for you to even mention Hispanics in the topic of illegal immigration lets us know you hate them because they're God's people. Because they're not if you're truly worried about illegal immigrants and the border being overran, you shouldn't even mention Hispanics and Hispanics and our brothers and sisters. We shouldn't even see pictures of them on the news. But strategically and on purpose, all we see are Hispanic brothers and sisters. All we hear about the Venezuelans, the Hondurans, the Salvadorians, the Guatemalans. We never hear about Quinn Ben Chin and Song Ho Hu and Ricky Tan and June Tao. We never hear about them.
And June Tao. Hey, June Tao.
Right.
And Carter. We don't hear about Carter. You know what I mean? Look at this article here. This is off of justice.gov. All right. Chinese national admits to trafficking counterfeit gift cards to Belleville. This is September 11, 2023, last year. A woman originally from China, admitted involvement in counterfeit gift card scheme directed at Target shoppers across the Midwest. After she pled guilty to a federal crime. Listen, Hong Ying Yong Wang, 53, of the Hunan province, China. After you done give us COVID, you come to rip us off.
Right.
Admitted guilt to using and trafficking a counterfeit access device. Brother, and you got time to talk about the tribes? Look it down here. Wang, I hope you all could see it. Wang admitted to possessing 6,100 fake gift cards with intent to place it on his shelves. Now the scam coming back to me.
Right.
The ones in DC, brother, they took the real gift cards off the shelf. That's what it was. They took somehow, and this is how I know some inside job. They took the real gift cards off the shelf. You know, when you go in Target, they have a whole ton of gift cards right there by the cash register.
Yeah.
They took the real ones off the shelf, put fake ones, but the fake ones got the same number when you scratch as the real ones. So you go in to buy the shit or load money onto the stuff, and they getting it.
Damn.
Brother, don't tell me nothing about no tribes, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell me nothing about our tribe. Don't tell me nothing about it. Because you ain't got no proof or no evidence or nothing. I got the evidence. I got the facts. You don't know nothing what you're talking about. Keep your mouth
Right.
shut for the rest of the show. Don't type a goddamn thing.
That's right.
Don't type a goddamn thing. Keep your mouth shut. Shut up and listen. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's right.
Absolutely crazy.
Because as a saying, Cap, how you get angry with the Hispanics and them for coming across here, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? The country, you know what I mean, being destroyed, right? They come across here, right? Now you're blaming the Mexicans, the Venezuelans for you not getting money, but you're not blaming the Israelis that taking all the money right now to commit a genocide. You ain't upset with the Ukrainians that taking all the money. You know what I mean? You black people who you're against these Hispanics also too. Why don't go protest your government for taking your money that you deem is your money that they could give to you, and they're giving it to Ukraine and Israel.
Right.
You understand? And then, you know what I mean, they ain't talking about all the money that Ukraine somehow they sent to Ukraine and just missing. They just had a fire general the other day because 400 million gone missing. You understand? You understand?
That nigga sipping Mai Tais on that tax money. That nigga somewhere down there on the eastern side of Thailand, on the western Bangkok, sipping Mai Tais.
Right.
They're
400
missing
million?
Yeah, they're missing millions of dollars in that war. You understand? They're getting heat, you know what I mean, from that war. You understand? The amount of money they're investing in there. And you complaining about the Mexicans, they can't even get, you know what I mean, hygiene, things that they need that we use every day. But then Ukrainians getting bullets, they're getting tanks, they're getting whatever they ask for, they're getting.
Right.
You understand? But nobody complaining about that. Nobody complaining about that. You know what I mean? They sit down and tell us in church and in school, we got to love each other.
Right.
They try to control everything you're saying on the internet. They're trying to control it to the point where you know what I mean, certain AIs. I don't know if you all use these AIs they have, like Bard or Gemini and stuff on the computer. You try to type in anything, ask them.
What the hell are you talking about?
I
I still have horoscopes you're talking about.
No.
The AI got Gemini.
It's like them AI, you know what I mean, stuff they use on the internet right now. Like you try to type in, you try to ask it anything about some race, it's sending a message back to you telling you, I'm sorry, but we gonna have to talk in this and such way, this, that, the other. Like it's all that type of training. But yet and still your government can't go and shake hands with the Russians. Your government can't force the Israelis to go shake hands with the Palestinians.
Right.
You understand? Which means they're running game on somebody. You understand?
Right. Yep.
We caught up.
Listen, if I could, I think this is the proper time to go to the real story I want to go to. Give me number. Hold on, where is it? You already know which one I want, brother. Oh,
the one with Marjorie with Green.
No, NPR, the NPR story.
That's
is it? Hold on.
You know what?
Number 9. Give me number 9.
Hmm.
Give me number 9, please, just for them two fools who was in the comments there, brother. Like the day the zip cool is over, there's a new nigga in town. If you all didn't understand that, there's a new nigga in town. When I say nigga, I'm talking about Black Hispanics and Native Indians. I don't give a goddamn what you want to say.
Right.
There's a new Negro in town, and because since you all love the white man so much, let's go to that article, brother.
Kawakasa. Immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than U.S.-born Americans. Studies find.
Yeah. With where the one who was talking about the damn mopeds? Where's the one who was talking about the drive-bys on the bikes?
Right.
You goddamn idiots.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kawakasa, sir. The murder of Laken Riley took center stage during Thursday night's State of the Union address. Riley was a 22-year-old student who was killed last month at the University of Georgia. The suspect in her murder is a Venezuelan migrant whom officials say was illegally in the U.S.
There we go again.
Right.
And they do this every election. Remember the last election, there was some quote-unquote illegal immigrant that raped some woman in Illinois. I don't know if you all remember, the whole rape thing came up. And they always do it. They always do it around this time, brother. And because of it, now this is a talking point. I forget the other word. It's a point of contention between the Republicans and the Democrats over the thing. And it's just so convenient that the suspect is a Venezuelan immigrant in Georgia, when I think the number one immigrants in Georgia is Africans.
Damn.
The number one immigrants in Georgia is them Hamites. Coming into Atlanta, coming into them areas is them Hamites. But they conveniently find for the suspect a Venezuelan immigrant. Also, too, your number one suspects for that type of white crime on a white female is white men.
Right.
But they conveniently find this Venezuelan to blame. So that's the talking point right now.
Yeah.
The huge talking point of the immigration crisis, the reform, how, the immigrants come in and crime goes up. Well, let's see. Now, Stanford University is a very prestigious Ivy League university amongst, the white elites amongst white America. And they've been doing a study since 1960 up until now. 1960, brother. That's what, 64 years of data? All right.
80.
84?
Kawaka.
Good, nice.
No, Slack. 64 Slack. My math is off. Yeah, 60 Slack.
Listen, 64, 84, it ain't us.
Yeah.
We covering the spread. 64, 84. The spread is covered. Go ahead, Ark, please.
Kawaka, sir. The murder.
Talk about the article. Skip me down to the article. I don't give a damn about the Lakey Gill. Forget about her. Because Breonna Taylor didn't get all this amount of attention, and they murdered Breonna Taylor in cold blood.
Right.
That Lakey Gill, she was running. She's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
It says the claim that immigration brings on a crime wave can be traced back to the first immigrants who arrived in the U.S. ever since the 1980s and 90s.
No,
This
no,
false.
that's one part of the whole immigration thing I have a problem with, because of course those are not the first immigrants. The first
Right.
immigrants is you white people.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the
That's
very
right.
first immigrants. And crime
That's
did
right.
go up when you got here.
Yeah, cause
Crime increased. Crime increased. Diseases increased.
Mhm.
And all the deviances of the LGBTQ increased when you got to America. That
Right.
we know for sure. We didn't need
Right.
Stanford for that. The history says it.
Right.
Ask
right.
Buffalo, and they'll tell you. The Buffalo would tell you, before you, they were allowed to live. After you, you just, kill them and made a mountain.
Right.
But now with this new age immigrants, where they say it really the drive really started in what, the 80s?
Ever since the 1980s and 90s.
The 80s and 90s. But of course, during what, the late 1800s and early 1900s, there was a wave of who? The Italians and the
Yup.
Irish.
Irish.
And crime did go up with you.
Right.
Valentine's Day Massacre,
Mhm.
Maya Lansky, Al Capone. Give me some more of them names, brother. There's a whole ton of them names.
Luciano left.
Lucky Luciano, boy.
Yeah.
Lucky Luciano.
God.
You know what I mean? What was the name of the Jewish mafia?
Murder Inc.
Murder Inc. You
Concert.
thought Murder Inc. was Ja Rule and what's the other little spicy manager? What's his name?
Irv.
Y'all thought Murder Inc. was Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. No, Murder Inc. was the small hats mafia, man.
Yep.
And when y'all came, crime went up.
God.
So now let's see what Stanford says about the immigrants who you say is the problem now.
Right. During the current presidential campaign, the vitriol has been intense. Just in the last few months, former President Donald Trump has spoken of immigrants as criminals and mentally ill people who are poisoning the blood of our country. Florida governor.
Hold on, Macolazzo, it said the Gambino Mafia. Y'all chime in with more of them, man. The Gambino family.
Right.
Come on, man. Y'all increase crime.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kawakan. Florida governor and former presidential candidate Ron DeSantis said migrants suspected of carrying drugs across the border should be shot without specifying how drug smugglers could be told apart from other migrants. However,
where was that, mode of operation and point of attack when the Italian mafia and the Irish mob was bringing in drugs?
Right.
Where was that? Where was that when they had the French connect with the Frenchies from France?
Yep.
Bringing that Dutchy and that heroin into New York.
Yep.
Huh? Where was that? Where was that when it was flooding everything from 110 down? Where was that part of it?
They had another gang. They had another gang called the CIA.
They at the water cap.
Thank you. God damn.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll call them the Chia or the Sia.
Yes.
You gotta find a name for them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kawakan, sir. It says, however, research indicates that immigrants commit less crimes than U.S.-born people.
I want people to understand that. The research indicates that immigrants commit less crimes than U.S.-born people. I want people to get that thing clear. Get that clear. So next time you see somebody on a moped committing a crime, just know that person was born here and that was no Venezuelan. I'm telling you that straight up and down.
Yeah, that's
that
American.
Was not no Venezuelan. That was 60% somebody who was born right here.
Yeah,
it's probably you. It's probably you, nigga. That's how you know what they was riding.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, go ahead, Cap.
No, I was gonna say that one. That's Akam Razor just used there.
I'm
You know
trying
what
to
I
tell
mean?
you.
Right.
You know what
I'm
I
trying to
mean?
tell you how he knows. So he can't even afford a bike in his own country. He come across here, get a bike. You know what brothers can't get a vehicle to get a
Right.
bike? Nah, that's not an immigrant. But let's get some more on this study.
Kawakam. It says some of the most extensive research comes from Stanford University.
Mm.
Economist Ron Abramitsky found that since the 1960s, immigrants are 60% less likely to be incarcerated than U.S.-born people.
Read that again. He's an
Kawakam.
economist. He's an economist, so you know he giving you he cutting the fat off of the thing. He
Right.
cutting it right down. The numbers have to make sense with him.
Right.
Read that one more time, man.
Kawakan. Some of the most extensive research comes from Stanford University. Economist Ron Abramitsky found that since the 1960s, immigrants are 60% less likely to be incarcerated than U.S.-born people.
Come on. What's his name? Abanansky?
Rand Abramitsky.
Ran, whatever, man. Ran, you're running. You're running now, Ran. 60% less likely to commit crimes than US born. But you have a problem with, the tribes.
Right.
You have a problem with the tribe. I'm trying to catch up to you on this thing because people gonna think we making this thing up. Oh, there it is.
Right here, yeah, constant.
There it is. There it is. Keep reading on.
Kawakan. There is also state-level research that shows similar results. Researchers at the Cato Institute, a libertarian think tank, looked into Texas in 2019.
No, this is Texas,
Right.
old Tejas.
Right.
This is the good old South, right there on the border. They looked
Right.
into that year in 2019. Go ahead.
Kawakan. They found that undocumented immigrants were 37.1% less likely to be convicted of a crime.
Come on with it. Come on with the number. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
Right.
The numbers don't.
Right.
That's all I could say. Men lie, women lie. The numbers don't. 60% less likely. In Texas, they was damn near 40% less likely to be convicted of the crime because they didn't do it.
Right.
And for anybody who would come and say, well, they can't convict them because they don't have papers on them and all that, how they have the stats of the undocumented people? Because who you arrested is undocumented, and you can't even tie them to the crime.
Right.
You can't tie them to the crime. So it's letting you know that this thing has nothing to do with the immigrants. And there's even more. So like somebody just gonna jump in?
No, I was just going, ask you to read something here just to prove your point on the fact that they already, they already did the research, years way back, and they know that, that these poor immigrants that coming across here,
right?
They ain't, they ain't trying to, they're trying to survive. Why would they go do something to jeopardize, to jeopardize that? But let me just read this here. So this is from that same book, that I finished. So they say this. There's yet another flaw behind.
Say the name of the book again, too, so the people don't know.
The Lucifer Principle, a scientific expedition into the forces of history. So it said there's another flaw behind our belief that by eliminating hunger and elevating the income of third world, peace will descend upon the earth. And that by eradicating starvation and poverty at home, we will cause mugging and murders to melt away. History indicates a rising standard of living and a bigger plate of food may be the very catalyst that unleashes a storm of violence. You understand? America is the richest place on the earth. You understand? And these people that coming across here, basically, they're coming from third world, as they would say, you know what I mean, as they will claim it, third world countries. You know what I mean? And let's just skip down here again, right here. So say good times can be just as damaging to peace here in the United States. When the economy goes up, murders do not go down, they rise. The most startling fact revealed by a study of the relationship between American murder rates and the economy from 1929 to 1949 was that homicide actually plunged dramatically during the Great Depression. In addition, military historian Ronald L. O'Connell contends that since the beginning of recorded time, periods of optimism and bursts of new weapons development have gone hand in hand. You understand? So they know they know that these Hispanics, they're leaving turmoil to come here for a better life.
Right.
They're not coming here to be criminals. Why don't they just stay in Mexico and be criminals, or stay in Venezuela and be criminals? Why they don't do that? The country done in a mess. You understand? But they come in here because more than likely they're seeking some type of help. More than likely the child or some family member might be ill or trying to get some, you know what I mean, trying to get some help.
Right.
But you trying to now turn them into criminals. You know what I mean? That's why it's so good. I don't know if you remember when I think it happened in Chicago with the Venezuelans and them when they came out and they cleaned the streets in the cold. You understand? When the cops and them I think came and tried to kick them out of some house that was in. You understand? They tried to label them as criminals. You understand? When God chosen people, that's, you know what I mean? We ain't criminals, man. We ain't criminals. The real criminal is the person who is causing havoc on the earth. And the Bible says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand? And the way he's treating black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, he is the wicked on the face of the earth. Ain't no. If not, who and where is he?
Right.
You know what I mean? Tell me who's treating black people like this again. You understand?
Yeah. And so now that study basically saying once things are good and people have the enjoyment, that's why they say a bigger plate mean more crime. You see? And that's in America, of course.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So now to turn around and do the whole fear mongering, you know what I mean? To do the whole fear mongering thing and pin that on our people, that's a real diabolical type of thing to happen when they already have the studies to show it. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because like you want to finish up the rest of that?
Kawaka.
There's a couple more points in there that's real strong.
Kawaka, sir. It says beyond incarceration rates, research also shows that there is no correlation between undocumented people and a rise in crime.
Come on, man. This is Stanford, man. This ain't no critical race theory, nothing.
Right.
This ain't targeting nobody. This is just numbers they're running. Numbers that you provided from your arrest and your convictions and your reports for the past 64 years since 1960.
Right.
For more than half a century, there's no correlation between undocumented people, aka immigrants, aka bad hombres, aka the Mexicans, or whoever else you want to put in there, the Venezuelans, and a rise in crime. Maybe the brother just riding his scooter through New York.
Right.
Maybe that. And you just an Uncle Tom sellout that would believe everything the white man says. That's crazy, brother. When I read this thing, I could not believe what I was reading on. Go ahead, Cap, please.
And it's so crazy too, as you're saying, You know what I mean? And people don't understand that, you know what I mean, the news they're watching full of propaganda. You know what I mean? They need an enemy. They need somebody to, you know what I mean, to gang up against. You know what I
And
mean? And
blame.
why not black people? Yeah, and blame.
Yep.
You understand? You all ever heard about this story about a brother unalive in a cup and harming another one? It was recent. It was like a month ago. I forget the cup name that was unalive, right? Like you heard it on the news, and he was like, "Man, this brother, why would he do that, brother?" When you saw the footage, the cam footage, the cops on them was dealing with the brother vicious. They tased him first, and kept tasing him. They said they tased him like 3 times. You understand? And they clearly say, I believe the stop that they make on that brother, they was not supposed to do it, and they was not supposed to deal with him like that. Well, that brother had a pistol on him and pulled it out and unalive that officer. You understand?
I think I saw the footage of the tasing, and
Yeah,
he started to fight back.
I don't think he started to fight back because it was at a distance. He started fighting first, and then the woman was like, "Tase him, tase him."
Yeah, meaning when they first ran up on him, I think they
Yeah.
had him, and he's telling them like what they're doing wrong and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then they started
Yes.
saying tase him. I think he kind of fight back and roll out of it or something. But I didn't see the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he shot both of them, and one got unalive. You understand? But you would not hear that. You wasn't hearing that the first story on the news. You was just hearing this brother. This brother was being vilified as if he was the criminal.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And these cops, they all, you know what I mean, they about doing their jobs.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's just an example to show you. You know what I mean? Everything on the news is, of course, if it has to deal with us, you really had to go, you know what I mean? You had to take it with a pinch of salt. It may not be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, it's damn near like stuff like that is not surprising to hear happen with with more and more footage of how they deal with us. I just expected it to be oppressors doing it to these cops first for violating their rights and making wrongful stops. Not that I'm saying it's right. Nobody should never do it, but they should also never violate it. But it's damn near like it's not surprising because it's already on that tangent. It's already going off on a tangent, so the path is already made. That sooner or later somebody was going to do this and treat them cops like a civilian and self-defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. But to hear this story here, brother, 60% less likely. There's no correlating evidence that there's an increase in the crime rate with an increase of undocumented people. What are you talking about, man? Any more on that, Kazan?
Couple sir. It also says recent investigations by the New York Times and the Marshall Project found that between 2007 and 2016, that there was no link between undocumented immigrants and a rise in violent or property crime in those communities.
Come on, man. This is over 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have one study that's over 50 years, over half a century. You have another study that's damn near 10 years.
Right.
Like what else do they want? You know what I mean? The elect said they call Ukrainians refugees, but my brothers and sisters migrants, as if we're animals. But the war on drugs has been a plague. That's right,
So
that's right. Go ahead, Khan.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Sabakthum. I forgot what that woman that worked for Trump said in the White House when they want alternative facts. That's what they want when it come to immigration.
Yeah.
Like you want to blame them for property crime when the reason the property looks so good is because of the landscaping.
That's right. That's right.
But this just go to show you how this place has historical amnesia. And when it comes to the colonialism and imperialism, you know, them being an immigrant stopped when they planted the flag, I guess. When they planted their flag on someone else's land, indigenous people's land, and so forth, and murdered and all that. I guess because they put the American or British flag or wherever flag they the Spanish flag or wherever they quote unquote conquered, then that made them I guess natural born citizen.
Right.
The irony of that, you know, they gotta be everybody, they gotta be the last Mohican, they gotta be the last samurai, they gotta be Prometheus. You know, they go stick the flag on the moon. How bold is that? You go outside the Earth's atmosphere and then put a flag on the moon. So this is just goes to show you the pride of these people.
Right.
And that's why we can't believe in their predatory journalism, which is why you need the ISUPK to decipher all this madness. Because what they're doing is definitely creating the atmosphere. They're manufacturing the crisis at the border. The border never been this bad.
Right.
All this time, the border's never been what it is now. But they know how to manufacture a crisis.
That's it. Then that's it.
And harness fear. Harness irrational, unbased, unfounded paranoia and fear. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, like I'm saying, the historical amnesia, every time they show up, crime goes up though.
Yeah.
And they the real undocumented immigrant. Didn't present no paperwork to Red Cloud and Sitting Bull. They didn't provide no paperwork. Meyer Lansky and them and the Irish and all of them when they came through didn't provide no paperwork. They just the mix and them came in and just tore America out the frame.
Exactly.
All kind of bombs going off, car bombs. I remember in them movies, them Charles Bronson movies, how car bombs would be going off all over the place. But that was based on certain realities that was happening in Chicago with between the Irish and the Italians. Where there was a whole summer where it was bombs everywhere, car bombs everywhere, and drive-bys. And they was immigrants. Man, because I'll give me the last few paragraphs there, please.
Khan. It says the reasons for this gap and criminal behavior might have to do with stability and achievement. The Stanford study concludes that first-generation male immigrants traditionally do better than U.S.-born men who didn't finish high school, which is the group most likely to be incarcerated in the U.S.
Come on.
That's a lot.
Let me just get this last part here, Khan. Go ahead, keep going.
Khan. The study also suggests that there's a real fear of getting into trouble and being deported within immigrant communities. Far from engaging in criminal activities, immigrants mostly don't want to rock the boat.
In other words, your perfect citizen, what you would want, it would come from that community.
That's it.
It would come from that community. But when Cody and them decided they want to make a rock band and drop out of school, and then Jenny, who everybody loved in the rock band, pass her around like the guitar,
right?
The rock band breakup. Then they go and commit crimes, and now they fill your prisons. Not Luis and Jose and them. They ain't the ones doing it. Go ahead, Cap.
No, Con, I just wanted to just double down on what the article's saying about them being, you know what I'm saying, that they excel more because of the drive and that hunger and that drive they have when our Hispanic brothers, our Latino brothers and sisters, and all the brothers and sisters from the Caribbean come over here and so forth. They have that drive. You know what I'm saying? Like they beating them. I mean, the taco truck is beating McDonald's in
That's
some
right.
cases.
That's right.
Let's just keep it real. They beating them. They beating them when it comes to food and beverage. They beating them when it comes to construction and landscaping, and in residential and industrial areas. They're beating them. And I raised even another one. They beating them on education. You
Right.
got a lot of Hispanic Latino brothers and sisters and coming to, and brothers and sisters from the Caribbean coming to America, and they are at Ivy League schools. They just had a Ishika Rice sister, so-called Mexican. She just scored higher than Einstein 4 years ago, and she's in elementary.
Sure.
So you gonna deport a genius? Are you
Right.
stupid?
That's the oppressor, man. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. And they're gonna lynch the whole election campaign on a mythological linchpin. Something that don't even exist. Something that is, without even fact. And they're gonna pin it on this old case with what's her name? Something Lakey.
Yeah.
Some girl who was jogging, just like they did a few 4 years ago, where they say some girl got raped and they suspected it was the immigrant. When
Right.
that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
I mean,
So like I said, that's like that.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, so like I said, I just wanted to address that last part, just from growing up around Mexican brothers and being around specifically Jamaicans. That part about the fear of deportation, like a lot of us, we make jokes about that as Judites. That's a real present fear, not just within Hispanics, but even within the Caribbean demographic. Brothers and sisters from Jamaica, from Trinidad, from Haiti.
Yeah.
That whole thing of the fear of being deported, like, so I can't do what you do. Like, I grew up around brothers where that was the case, where it's like, you so-called Negroes, the Judah, you understand? Like, y'all wilding, like, we can't, we ain't risking that. And so, like, for those that think this is just made up, I've experienced that, where it's like, we looking at the brothers and sisters that's immigrants, and it's like, we know they're not going to do certain things because of that fear. Like you said, it reflected in how they took school more serious. I went to in high school. One of my best friends, Rashida, she's from Trinidad, and I remember she took school way more serious than all of us. It just, everything was real. It was just you could tell. It's like you said, that present fear of we can't mess up because something goes wrong, we will get deported. And I never understood it until the past couple of years being in the UPK and starting to have compassion. You always make jokes about it, but now seeing it's like that's a, looking back, it's like that's a ever-present fear in the immigrant communities, our brothers and sisters. So like it.
It's definitely is like an intensity that comes with the survival.
Yeah.
Because you don't risk so much making a trip and moving to a place you don't even know.
Right.
And with all intention, like there's no plan B. There's no plan B. There's people who come across on the plane and get the visa and all of that. That's one side of it, and that still have a certain amount of cushion.
Right.
But then imagine you hopping and dropping and walking and bringing your family along just to get across the border, brother.
Okay.
What would you not do that you asked to do? You asked to mop the floor, brother. That floor gonna be the best mop floor in all 50 states, sir.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a lot.
Go ahead, Cap.
And that's a heavy point, and it's heavy what Officer Kazak Ahmad said, because Judah can learn something from this.
Yeah.
From this whole situation with our brothers. Like, I'll never forget Commander Joey Hunter saying we can learn something from every tribe. There's something that we can take from every tribe that can make us sober-minded. See, Judah then got relaxed in this place.
Mm-hmm.
So we think we are part of this place. But one thing we can look at our brothers and sisters coming across that border, or whatever border, that we can understand that they don't get comfortable here. You understand? They like some of them, don't get me wrong, some of them try to get comfortable, But the thing is, that drive they have, and they realize this is a foreign land to them.
God.
And they realize there's a target on their back. That's something we done lost as Judites. But we better gain it. We knew it in slavery when we had to go get across the plantation. That was our border, the slave plantation, trying to get to a free state. We understood it then, but we done lost that now.
Right.
But it's time for, like the ISUPK always say, to show some solidarity with our brothers and sisters, man. And that's what we gonna do over here. I don't know what these Uncle Tom sellout Negroes doing, talking about immigration. They ain't saying that when they come to the Ukrainians, you can't even get a Big Mac in Russia right now because of the Ukrainians. Okay? You go try to order a Happy Meal in Moscow right now and see what happens. You let me know.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. What you saying, that's so right. Like, the solidarity is gonna help us understand and appreciate each other so much. And one thing I could say about living down there, I would say maybe half my life with the tribe of Judah, is that one thing Judah has a distinct monopoly on is an understanding of the oppressor being the devil.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of the tribes, by and large, really do not understand it.
Yeah.
Until you're in a line and some devil or brother or sister on behalf of a devil handing you one pad for the day when you're bleeding for 7.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you would really understand it. So it's damn near like how Esau have this thing where they send the child, it's probably not so much popular now, but there was something where foreign exchange students for the exchange of cultures. It's damn near like we have to do that with the tribes, not the foreign exchange, but we had to exchange the experiences with each other when we get together. Because Judah could fully give you the full picture that this oppressor is the devil. And the rest of the tribes could give the picture of, listen, man, you have a place to go. This is not your home either. You could come back here with me to the Bahamas or St. Lucia, wherever, and you have a home too, which would bring the common motive, which is what we want from everybody. That whole common single-minded understanding and motive, and it's being separated. And let me tell you something: the oppressor knows it, and he's playing each tribe like a piano key. How a piano key has a different sound when you hit each one. He's playing each tribe with it. He played Judah one way, Benjamin one way, Levi one way, Simeon one way, Issachar one way, and he have a symphony, a melody going on called America, which is oppressing the hell out of us.
Right.
It's doing something to us spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and we just can't see it. But the music playing though.
Yep.
The music is playing, brother.
That's right.
Man, I think that's it on that article, man.
Yeah,
there's more. Yeah, I mean, brother, when I read this thing, I had to save this damn article, brother. I had to save it. I could not believe, brother, 60% less likely to commit crime.
Okay, I'm taking this to TikTok. Like you Salaki, you gave me a whole new idea as I read this article because I'm on a TikTok live. There's certain topics that are just, I was in one last night, and like I said, I had to check the entire live. Like, you can't get on here and talk to Judah, the so-called black people. Don't get on here and act like now the Hispanics is coming over here and taking anything from us, and they committing crimes, and they're the problem.
That's right.
And so this article right here, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, and it gave me an idea about a video too, because like you said, I didn't even think about it until you said it. Nobody talks about when these Irish and the Italians came over here, and like you said, the crime skyrocketed in every city: Boston, New York, Chicago, Baltimore. Like, wherever they went, it was terrible. Like, it was so bad that the government had to step in and say, listen, we'll give you jobs. We'll make you the firefighters. We'll make you the police officers. We'll give you the construction. Just stop destroying the country. So if anybody's the poison in the blood of the nation, it's you oppressors. It's
right.
always been you oppressors. It's never been
That's
us,
right.
man. What the hell are
That's
you
right.
talking about? Like, have you forgot history? The water
right.
cap. Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
yeah.
Listen, I say to Walter Arawadia knocking all the park every week with these articles. Arawadia be finding some shit. Arawadia, we had to nominate you chief media officer. Going in there and finding all the news, all damn articles.
Yeah.
You know, shit nobody even hear about. Arawadia finding the article and then posting the video to go with the article right there, brother.
Right.
Like this was a hell of a find.
Mm-hmm.
This was a hell of a find. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And listen,
And-
the article is written in a way where you would think it's all the immigrants, but it has to be they're looking at the 12 tribes immigrants because we just pulled up how the Chinese and them is running amok with these gift cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's we only know about it because a few of them got caught and talked.
Mm-hmm.
So think about all the scamming that we don't know about. Anybody recently over the past 6 months, there's been numerous complaints about people with their TANF and their food stamps getting wiped to hell out the day of the real.
Concert.
So imagine the day you're supposed to get replenished with the stamps and the WIC and whatever else. You go, the card is done, spent. You go in your account, you might be in Florida, the spending is somewhere in Seattle, Washington. There's a whole ton of scamming going on.
Yeah.
And who's doing it? It ain't us.
Nope.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
ain't
them
us.
Africans famous for doing that garbage shit.
Oh man, listen, the Hamites, this in November, the police in Baltimore stopped a cargo ship from leaving, opened up all the long containers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all the stolen cars from DC heading to Nigeria. Teslas, Lexuses,
Wait a second. Gone in 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. All them cars that's missing from DC, Maryland, Virginia was in them containers heading to Lagos, Nigeria. But they will say we the problem. We poisoning the blood of America. And put that in your election campaign, man.
Right.
That's right.
Put that in your election campaign. I don't know what these Hamites doing. You're like a boy stealing your car.
Cap.
Go ahead.
America got the audacity to talk about immigration when you exporting crime to other countries.
Right.
Let's talk about that. It's two sides to a story. They say, well, it's two sides to a wall. Now, you exporting crime into other countries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them drugs that you stamping, they got a green card from all heads of state in these other countries. We talking about the whore that stood up on many waters. That's what we talking about. Babylon the Great.
Right.
So you don't really want to go there when you talking about people bringing crime here. What about the crime you're exporting? You don't really want to have that conversation with the UPK, do you?
That's right.
Yeah.
So like I yield.
Everything is one-sided and with a motivation.
Yeah.
Everybody has an agenda.
Yeah. Ain't no fight to stop the guns from going across the border. Ain't no fight to stop the guns from reaching all the way in Haiti. You watching all them Haitian young boys.
Right.
Where they getting the guns from? You understand what I'm saying? As Khan saying, you're exporting your violence, your crime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Listen, man. This is what I'm gonna say. Everybody get into the UPK. Donate everything here so we could go and give to our brothers and sisters, man. Yeah. This is the only place where everybody is gonna get treated fairly and right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna get treated fairly and right. Let's knock two more stories before we clip. We probably will go till about 9:25. 9:25 or 11:25. Salakia.
Okay. You're in that time zone,
brother. Listen, I still Salakia. I in China time, you know, Ukraine time. I'm out of time.
Hey, Cap, you ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta catch up. You trying to set the clock back, forward, side to side.
Brother, I'm trying to figure out this. I know this daylight savings tomorrow is gonna F me up all the way up.
Come on, hey Cap. Look, I was telling a famous quote: "A broke clock is right twice a day." So I'm like the hell with it. We 360 around here.
Right.
Yeah, man. Shit. Hey, let's get that story with France, brother. I watched them hoes under that damn Eiffel Tower, brother, and I asked the Lord for some vengeance.
France.
It's number. I'm gonna tell you which one it is. Number 8.
Okay,
If I could get number 8,
I'm getting it right now.
it's absolutely crazy. You do number 8 and maybe the one with Korea, and wrap it up for that afterwards.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This one have a
number,
video too. If you want, I could play the video.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I could play the video. I think it may have a commercial. Let me see if I could get rid of that. No, we getting straight. We getting it. Okay, hold on. So France recently, I think yesterday or this week. No, it was yesterday. When was Women's Day?
Yesterday, so
I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
So France on International Women's Day passed the bill or the law that allows abortion in France, the right to abortion. Now I ain't gonna go all the way into all this stuff, but brother, I was reading some stuff on all this parenting and abortion stuff that was going on in a study that was done for the whole of the 20th century. That's from the 1900s all the way into the 2000s. And brother, there was so much up and down with conception and then contraception all the way. You know what I mean? There was so much, going back and forth. I'm gonna try to see if I get a piece of the article for you. But let's see what Macron, the broke beggar Macron, did.
Right.
Broke back
Macron. He's been begging since Brexit. He's been under pressure. He's a little bit worse than Zelensky. It's just keeping his pride. He's keeping his pride a little bit. But this devil here, France is in the shambles. I'm telling you straight up and down. France is in shambles.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever they want France to do right now, he'll do it. Remember, after that submarine deal, he was bad. I didn't tell him you got to be a little bit quicker than that. It was down bad after that submarine deal.
Right. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna play the video. I think the video might encapsulate it a little faster.
Okay, come on.
All right, so I'm gonna just read it. Lawmakers overwhelmingly approved a bill to enshrine abortion rights in France's constitution.
And Salakia, that word alone, enshrine.
Enshrine.
Yo,
you're right.
That I'm lying. They have a way to glorify murder. You know what I mean? Jeez. Salakia.
Yep. And I think this, like you saying, Cap, I think this goes a little bit further than just making it legal in the country. I think this is now they're tying it into normal, fundamental human rights.
Yeah.
You understand? And which is crazy.
Pour l'adoption, 780. Contre, 72.
So this makes France the only country to explicitly guarantee a woman's right to voluntarily terminate a pregnancy.
Sure.
And that's why they say they put it in the Constitution. Watch this hoe's face out. And now you probably for sure done got the whole S on this one, because I definitely think this is tied to some sort of funding from one of them big European countries or IMF or something, where they had almost like the how they was pushing the LGBT and them Hamites.
Yeah.
Or I think they're doing this for some kind of money shit, for some sort of money. Let me
Yeah.
get a little bit more.
You're more likely right. You know what I mean? Because I don't see, you know what I mean? Because for real, we know that, you know what I mean, Esau, you know what I mean, his woman, their reproductive, you know what I mean, rate is, you know what I mean, low.
It's
So to
low.
now come and say, yeah, for you to come and now say, you know what I mean, guarantee women rights to terminate pregnancy, more than likely, I don't know, I just speculating, they could be pushing it on them others. Because okay, America always been like this, but they don't say it. If you understand what I'm saying. Like in America, a woman could abort her baby. Just now they're saying certain states they can't. But you know what I mean, before you could abort the baby, but you know who they was directing it to. They was
Right.
directing the abortion to our
Us.
people. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So who knows if that's their way to control, because they have a large immigration population, very large immigration population, more likely with them Africans and them Arabs and them. You understand? So
Yeah.
now to come
Yep.
and do that, you know what I mean, to do that, you know what I mean, I you know what I mean, I really believe they're trying to do what America did, which is to control our child, you know what I mean, our
It, it
childhood.
it definitely could be that, and also too, it could also be to try to boost the economy, because if France is the only country in the world that abortion is now a constitutional right, think about what that does for people moving to France or coming to
That's
France for
right.
a time. And now, because
Man,
remember, you had to pay for the abortion.
yeah,
You
you
had to
right.
pay. So this is money. This is a money move. This ain't
That's
got
right.
nothing to do with a woman's right. This is a money move. This is what
Yeah.
this is. This is exchanging the woman against drinking in the prohibition period for the right to vote. This is the even trade with the mass resource that comes with the multitude of women. That's what this is. There's some kind of money deal on the table here. They done did the numbers on what could happen with this. The only country where this is a guarantee. You better go and look at what France economic situation was for the past 5 years.
That's
You
right.
better go and look. Macron was this close to hanging himself from the Eiffel Tower. This closer. That submarine deal, that nigga said that was it. He done. You know what I mean? So you gotta really check it out. Let's see, let me get some more. Look at all these holes. Look at them. Look at them.
It's historical. We are all, as you see, very happy. And for us, it's a fundamental right. And it has to be in the Constitution because you can always change the law. And we have seen it with.
You understand? She's saying you could always change the law, meaning, like, hold on, let me let her finish it.
The United States, but also in other European countries.
So she's saying you could also change the law, and they've seen it in America, where America overturned Roe v. Wade. So France go a step further. So no matter who's in power, this is part of the Constitution. Or to put it in a terms people could understand, imagine changing America's First Amendment right, or the Second Amendment right to bear arms. Imagine striking one of that from the Constitution. It would change the fabric of the country. So now they're putting this in their Constitution where it's written in, it's a done deal. It's a done deal, like the right to have warm, hot water or whatever. No, they have the right to just you have the right to unalive your baby whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, that's crazy because the counterculture is real. Like everybody in France ain't okay with this, and they haven't seen the backlash yet from the religious right to what I'm saying, the pro-life people. They got all different segments over there in France, and this right here, they're gonna see the backlash of this, man. It's gonna get ugly because once you use the word enshrine into the Constitution and something that's definitely against God, God coming for you now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You may get the money, but you won't be able to spend it all.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
playing. See, the thing about it is, like this God complex that these people have. They're trying to build a society, a socially engineered society outside of God's plan. It's going to backfire. It always has, and it always will, because no matter what laws they pass, God's laws are enshrined in the spiritual realm, and His laws are eternal.
That's right. That's
From
right.
the foundation.
That's right.
There's laws that were passed in the spirit that cannot be moved. It trumps man's law. That's what these heathens don't understand, which is why the Bible say, why do the heathen rage? Like all them hoes that like the god doggone slut walk in autumn.
You can't say slut, it's French. You say sleuth. The sleuth walk.
That's right. I mean, come on, man. Like, but this is what goes on, and like you said, it's gonna change the fabric of that society. They probably feel like this was a moment in the French Revolution over there.
Yeah.
2.0 for women. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna find out in about a few seconds how this thing gonna really turn out.
That's right.
If I could, Barack Obama, he of course he based in Canada, but he's of course tied in with the French parts of the Caribbean, Guadeloupe, Martinique. Barack Obama is saying Guadeloupe already has a high rate of abortion now. In fact, Guadeloupe rate of abortion termination is twice as high as France. So now what going on in France will affect the French Benjaminite Islands since they're still owners. So now in fact, what you saying there's down there like they could kill two birds with one stone. All the French colonies is now affected by this constitutional law. And then France being kind of in the middle of, geographically in the middle of Western Europe, if that makes sense to you. It's easy, before the whole Brexit and the exits from the EU, it was down like how the Caribbean people go up and down to different islands. People would go across to France, Spain, Turkey, wherever. So now after that whole Brexit thing, when Britain done fell into poverty, and then France, of course, had their own economic revolution where they was rioting and burning in the streets. Now this is now another avenue to make people want to go to France for that abortion. So now you're getting revenue, and now you could control population in the places where you raping for resources. You know what I mean? Like, they was talking about them Hamites, them Hamite territories where they have so much resources, and them Hamites is not allowed to sell to anybody else, and they have to trade in the franc and not even the euro. They're not even trading in the euro; they're still trading in the franc, and it's keeping them at a level of poverty, no matter the resources they're taking, that France is taking from them. So this is a whole power move here, like all the scriptures say, through his policies, oppressing.
And too, this so heavy too in a way. Whereas I was just thinking about that scripture with the serpent. You want to know who the serpent is? The oppressor. He's the serpent, and the serpent in the garden did what to Eve? He gave Eve. He tell Eve she's going to be like a god. You understand? So you know what I mean? And this is basically what France trying to tell this woman. I'll make you like God. Come here.
That's right.
Come, bring it right here. Come right here. You all are gods. You understand? You Negroes wanna what you call them that man who wanna worship women. I forget them Egyptologists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go tear a page out to what was it President Macron? Yeah. Macron done go all over your head. that make all these, I mean, slouch, whatever you call them. You know what I mean? That make them gods. You know what I mean? They can decide who live and who die. You know what I mean?
Yep. You're right about that. I didn't even think about that. They don't elevate the whole. They don't harness the woman power like a dam. Like how you would harness the power in a dam in a reservoir. Like that's what they damn near do, and they realize after the LGBTQ, the next, most powerful group is the women.
That's right.
And they don't play into them women, emotions and what they wants and the needs, and is harnessing that power now like a dam. That's the whole Statue of Liberty. Go ahead, Kurt.
No, it's so right. Everything you're saying, Cap, because like this place like to tout about, we're civilized and we in a civilization, but what you actually witnessing here is human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Human sacrifice in the year of our pressure 2024, but you like to say that people have moved beyond that. Well, this is their custom. These heathens believe in in sacrificing their children to other gods.
Right.
You understand? When you say you enshrine something, that is you are all in essence dedicating it to a deity. You elevating for a whole country. You elevating that because a country really, most countries are found off beliefs of gods. Believe it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what they're doing, and God sees it. He's looking at all these, and they try to pass every law they can. They shifting these constitutions. Why? Because it's a shift in the earth. They trying to shut down a lot of these social media sites because we talking too much. The truth is getting out.
Yeah.
So they trying to show up their economy and these social issues because war is on the horizon.
Right.
That's right.
And they trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like Captain Shock brought out all this money. They trying to get whatever every nickel and dime they can get. And finance whatever they can. Because the drums of war is getting louder and louder and louder.
Yeah. Yep. And they would go against the very Christian, the position they take of being super Christian. They would go against all of that. Just to get that dollar, just to fill their stomach. Even the brother here, Michael Love, he said scientists will be going to France for stem cells and other fetal parts because of this new law also. And you so right. Like there's a whole downstream industry for these abortions.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, they don't calculate every penny, every franc that gonna come in from this new move right here. They don't calculate it out.
Yeah.
They don't fully calculate this whole thing. It's rough. Let me get some more.
So yes, it's a step forward, huge one. Je pense que c'est vraiment émouvant de voir qu'une liberté qui nous est si fondamentale est enfin inscrite dans la Constitution et qu'on se sent reconnu et davantage protégé.
See, it's written. It says a fundamental liberty for women that is written into the Constitution, which will make us feel more recognized and protected. Like for you to feel, how low is your self-esteem, you dumb heifer?
That's
That
right.
for you to feel recognized, somebody had to die. Imagine that somebody has to die for you to feel recognized. Like you just can't go out and become so great that the world recognizes you, like a Usain Bolt or a Kobe Bryant or Beyonce, or like you just become so great that people recognize you. Somebody has to die, and this thing has to be constitutionally protected for you to feel more recognized. Lord is going to drown you on. Lord is going to drown you. And I pray the Eiffel Tower fall on you tonight. Just capsize and fall. Look, a screw get loose and just collapse on your dumb ass. Like, go ahead, so please.
Yeah, well, the Lord already put a mark on them, so she ain't getting away. She already marked. Already marked.
Good night. Like that's a very selfish ass statement to me. And And he said also it is a good signal that is sent to other countries.
Aussi grâce à ça. Je pense que c'est aussi un bon signal envoyé aux autres pays de dire que on peut toujours progresser davantage
Showing
dans ce droit-là.
that we can make progress in this right for which we fought for decades. Now, I mean, brother, okay, I downloaded it. I spent some time reading this thing. I could send you all the link for it, or I could share it. It's called the Global Family Planning Revolution. It's a study on depopulation, on population policies and programs from the World Bank and from the IMF worldwide. And they talk about how after World War One, there was so much baby mortality, and there was such a huge push to make more babies because a lot of those countries were suffering for manpower for the war. They were suffering for manpower for the agricultural fields. They were suffering for manpower for the infrastructure. And at that time, the push was go make children, go make more, go make more. Then later on, with the whole advent of the woman's they started to have the movement. I think it was shortly after World War II. A lot of women in Europe was going and getting these backdoor abortions and dying. So the maternal let's call that thing, the fatality rate, the maternal fatality rate started to skyrocket. And round about that time is when they're saying they started these political mentions and political agendas to have some sort of protected legal abortion for the woman's sake. But to show how they go from one end of the pendulum to the other end, like this abortion thing ain't really got nothing to do with women's rights and anything like that. It's whatever is the political climate at the time. And this is a mistake that France making, because the war is definitely coming. Putin is definitely going to start what he had to start. You already heard Britain say they don't have enough people to fly the planes and shoot the guns. They say they got guns, they got planes, they just don't have bodies. And France, you go say, we're going to allow you to commit abortion. Just don't come asking nobody to shoot for you and protect you.
Yes, sir.
Just lose your war by your good old self. Go make bread. Go make some baguettes. Make some baguettes for the war. But you're going to be short on manpower. Your team going to be playing 2 men short.
So lock it, Cap. They're gonna need Tomb Raider or G.I. Jane. What's about to go down? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because like this game, like these countries, they're playing for keeps now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been people meeting with people who they government don't even know they've been meeting with in these other countries. They backdoor channels going on that they saying that ain't supposed to be happening. So somebody cutting a deal, and whether they cutting it on the Constitution or in some back alley cave somewhere in Saudi Arabia or in the desert on camera, they are cutting deals out here, Jack. It's about to get serious. It's about to get super serious, man. And these women don't have a clue on what the hell is going on. They so concerned about, like you said, being recognized. And that just show you how ironic that is. Like, you need someone to see you in the way you need to be seen in order to be recognized. Imagine that. You understand? The man having sex with you, but you don't feel recognized. The life that's in you, you got to take that to feel like you got something now. Like, imagine the insanity of these women. And you're such a loser. I'm sorry, you're such a bimbo. I wish I could look up. I might have to go to Google Translate to find the French word for it. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm about sick of this.
Hold on, Barakiala is in the chat somewhere. Barakiala, what's the French word for bimbo? What is bimbo in French? Well, loser in French. Because come on, you hit it right, because the man having sex with you and you still not feeling recognized? You ain't even present in the moment then.
Exactly.
Where's all the French love? You know what I mean? Where's all the French kissing? Where's the French love?
Yeah, where's the French connection there? Where's the French connection?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, like this right here, man. I mean, like these women, this whole thing about liberty and liberation, and they don't understand, and especially our women. Our women, this is a case study for our sisters to pay attention to on a spiritual sense, because Satan can control you through freedom.
Right.
All you have to do is look at what happened with Eve in the garden. Captain Knock brought it out so eloquently. Like he can control you through liberty and freedom. They think, okay, I'm getting freedom, I'm getting liberty, but he can control you through that. He can spoil you through liberty. You know what I'm saying? It says in the Bible, if you have a daughter, you know what I'm saying? It paraphrasing, if she's not doing what she's supposed to do, you don't give her much liberty. You ain't supposed to put a hedge around a woman.
If I could, let me just read that. I was just pulling it up as you were saying. It says Ecclesiasticus 26:10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly like a straight jacket. Keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
That's heavy, that cat. That's heavy. That's a heavy scripture, that cat. And listen, and they'll be the first. And notice this: they talk about men being abusive. The Bible says that she will abuse herself. So want to talk about abuse? Where here's women that's going to abuse their self to be recognized. And the crazy part about it is, some people, if they even had your own eyes, they wouldn't see what you see.
Yeah.
If you took your eyes and put them in their head, they still wouldn't see what you see, because vision is spiritual. So like I yield.
Nah, you so right about that. Baraki Allah say salope guigno. Yeah, or guingino.
Guingino, okay.
Guingino. Sketel. I know about Sketel. I hear Sketel in about 20 years, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I heard that word before. Sketel.
Sketel is a fool. Yeah.
That's a Sketel.
Yeah.
That's a Sketel right there, bro. That's
Skeggy
Peridante, or what? That a little too regal for them. He needs something dirty. Loser. Sketel is he said Ravette. That one too. Ravette.
Yeah. Sound like rat.
Yeah, sound like a rat, a nasty rat.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty ass rat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, like this is what's going on around the world, man. Like, listen, the Israelite School of UPK is under command, Junior Hanna, is your foremost authority on your movements, your next step. You want to move your right foot, you come in here and find out where to place it, because you ain't gonna understand what's going on in this world right now. The entire world is falling right into the plan the Lord have. We on the brink of war. You pass a bill to kill your soldiers. What kind of idiot are you? What kind of idiot are you?
That's right.
And in Europe, historically, the French are known to not be strong in war. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. The French have a bad reputation in Europe. And in America too. I think America always make fun of the French for not being strong in war. It's ridiculous. You all better tune in, man. I'm telling you, this is your last media house. They're closing down all the local media houses and newspapers all over the country. All the big time newspapers is firing all the black and brown journalists. You all better go and see. Listen, they're closing down New York Times and what's the other big one? The Tribune, I think. In different parts of the country, they're closing down, brother. And then they're firing the minority journalists. So the perspective is going to be missing from the mainstream. Y'all better go ahead and like and share Commander Johnny Hanna's channel and share it everywhere around the world. This is going to be your last stronghold, man. This is going to be the last point. This is going to be like that place. Yo, like them movies, I Am Legend. You see, at the end, they was looking for that place that was broadcasting to pick up the signal. This is going to be that, man. This is going to be that place where you're going to have to go to get food, to get diapers, and to get wisdom on what to do next. Because these oppressors don't know a damn thing.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Cap, you're right. We that beacon, man. And you know, and the heavy thing about the ISUPK, we provide content as well as context. Got a lot of people out there provide content. So they all call themselves content creators. But we provide context here. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit lies within the context. You know what I'm saying? And the devil is in the details.
That's right.
I yield.
That's right. Listen, man. With that, you're prepared for Passover. We're just about 5 weeks away. Listen, man, if you ain't get your garment yet, you know, do something. Do something. Go by Joann's, go by Sarah's, go by Michael's and get some studs. Do something. And get down to Durham, North Carolina, April 20th. We're going to celebrate the Lord's Passover so he could come and put an end to this nonsense that's going on.
That's right.
And put us in charge, man, for once and for all. For once and for all, put us in charge and we're going to live right. And the nation's going to be right under us too. They're going to live right. They're going to rejoice. You know what I mean? Pay your tithes, ISUPK.com. Tune into Commander Johnny Hanna every Monday night, 9 p.m. on this channel. Like, share, and subscribe. The general giving you some, you know, some strong content. Last week he interviewed that sister who said, I cook, I clean, I F, and I shut up. And everybody hates her for it. The Lord loves her for it. The Israelite School of UPK loves her for it. The brothers love her for it. And the sisters love her for it. And that's the type of strength we need coming through the mainstream media, man. In a second, anybody who wants to be radical is going to have to find Commander Johnny Hanna. Whether you want to make a radical rap song, R&B song, movie, we cultivating your audience. Let me tell you that straight up and down. The audience you want to talk to, we cultivating that audience. Y'all keep it locked in, keep it plugged in, man. So what again, the old crew coming through tonight, you know, usual suspects, Captain Nas, stop holding it down with the Passover himself. 2 years in a row, North Carolina, South Carolina is going to be a whole movie down there, man. Captain Kahan holding down the South, always coming in insights for us, man. Officer Kazak holding it down from DC, bringing up the whole point, giving us everything we need. Officer Sawapiala coming down there from Trinidad, giving us that perspective as well. Man, we're going to be back next week. Lord Allah, weather permitting. Tune into Commander Johnny Hanna Live, man. We're going to be going. Come.
Shalom, Israel. The ISUPK is hosting the Lord's 55th annual Passover with an all-access pass to the lamb slaughter, all-black party, scripture breakdown class, kids party, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com, starting with April 17th events with the Lamb Slaughter at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in North Carolina. Make sure that you get involved. Make sure that you're in the house at 1921 Strickland Road, Clayton, North Carolina. Followed up on April 18th, Thursday, the all-black party. ISUPK concert series in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year we tore it down, and this year it's gonna be a whole movie. Then Friday, we have the kids party with a petting zoo. On top of that, it's going to be held at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park with virtual reality included. Get your all-access pass at ISUPK.com.
Virtue loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains.
April 19th in the evening, General Mahaiman's scripture breakdown class. You already know we got the heavy hitter in the building, and it's going to be at the South Square Event Center. Make sure that you're in the house starting at 7 p.m. in Durham, North Carolina. Then, April 20th, the moment you've been waiting for, the Lord's 55th annual Passover. Make sure that everybody's in the house, and it's being held at the last Black National Fairgrounds in Pittsboro, North Carolina, starting at 6 p.m. Also housing an actual slave quarters, which you will be able to go and take pictures and video footage in front of it. That's 191 Fairgrounds Road, Pittsboro, North Carolina, April 20th, starting at 6 p.m. with a doors open at 4 p.m. for a brunch. Make sure you're in the house on time. Then April 21st, Sunday, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread at the Haiti Heritage Center, 804 Old Fayetteville Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make sure that you are in the house. If you have not booked your hotel room, there are still a few rooms available at the Millennium Hotel. Check the number. Make sure that you call. Rooms are only available while they last. The Lord's 55th Annual Passover, hosted by the ISUPK.